Hello, and welcome to the pharmacy with me. I am the pharmacist on duty right now. I am in AllenRx. Give me just a second, guys. All right, let's see who we have. Today, we have a good one. I have a good one for y'all. Medical tourism. What is medical tourism? Like, what is it? What is it? So when you hear that, like, what do you think of initially when you hear medical tourism? Well, as a pharmacist, I kind of put on my pharmacist hat, and I think first about prescription medications, right? So you have prescriptions that you take here in the United States. If you forget your prescription and you're traveling abroad, and you think you're just going to stop into your local pharmacy that's in Mexico or wherever you are, and this medication is over the counter. You don't even need a prescription for it. Has the same name as your prescription back home, right? It's the same, right? Not necessarily, right? Because here in the United States, we have the FDA, we have all these checkpoints that drug manufacturers have to go through, even the company that makes the drug in the first place, that develop drug development and research companies. They have to make sure it's safe and that it's effective. And they so many inspections and everything they have to go through before they can actually put a pill out to market. Now, we do have a lot of these counterfeit pills out here, fentanyl and other medications, but for the most part, those medications are safe that we know of, that we get prescriptions from and that we pick up in the pharmacy. So when I first hear medical tourism, I kind of think about that first. And then, just speaking of tourism, we have, spring break coming up. And I was thinking the other day about when I was in high school, not when I was in college, because when I was in college, I lived my best life when it comes to spring break. But in high school, I wanted so bad to be in Cancun or somewhere wherever they were on MTV, TRL after school. I think TLA was talking about that the other day. I was watching spring break so hard. I could not wait to get old enough or to like have my own way to get to spring break. But as I get back to what we're talking about today, imagine you're going on a trip, you and three of your friends, right? You find out, on the way there, one of the people that you came with, they're going for a procedure. Now, when I say medical tourism, y'all let me know in the chat. I see some of y'all coming in. Let me know what y'all think. When you hear medical tourism, what procedure in particular is the first one that comes to mind when you hear medical tourism? What do you think these people are traveling abroad to go get? Y'all let me know in the chat. But um, recently, there were four Americans that went to Mexico, and it's been making all the headlines. Four of them went over. They were kidnapped at gunpoint, and two of them, only two of them were found alive. The other two were dead. It's so crazy. And it makes you kind of think about like, is it worth it? Because a lot of those procedures that they do offer, like, abroad or the countries, um, they offer them here too. But a lot of them they don't. And that's why a lot of people are going over, to other countries, specific countries that they do go to. Thailand, let's see, Mexico, what else is high on the list? India. That kind of scares me. A lot of times you go over, go abroad and you going for these procedures. They do not have the same practices and procedures and standard operating procedures that they do here. You mess around, get a BBL or something, they do a fix a flat. It's so crazy to me. But, I'm gonna show y'all a little video. It's a little clip from CNN where they're talking about this whole, it's not a new phenomenon because people have been traveling to other countries to get work done. But I'm gonna show y'all this clip, and we're gonna talk about it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Before I do, I'm gonna just see who we have in here in the pharmacy. Maggie, the substitute teacher, Maggie says she's coming through to show some support. And I guess y'all can hear me. I lost my voice, as y'all can see. But thanks for coming through, Maggie. We got Almond78. She says, hey, y'all, all of these are content creators. We got the one and only Missy Mashawn live. She is in the house. She says 100. You know, she knows what it's all about. She knows what I'm talking about. She says, hey, girly. She's speaking to everybody in here. Thanks for coming through, y'all. I really, really appreciate you guys coming through. And I says BBL. BBL. That was what I thought of. That was the first thing I thought about, because we've been seeing them. They like one of the benefits of, not saying this is a good thing necessarily, but one of the good things about getting it overseas or traveling abroad to get these procedures done is it's cheaper. But why? Sometimes getting things at a cheaper price is not worth it. You know, sometimes it's worth, you know, saving for, if you know what I mean. But that's one of the reasons why people do travel to other countries to get this work done. But they're also going to list in this video from CNN some of the other top procedures that people get. BBL, they didn't have it on the list, which I think, you know, they was just trying to be biased or politically correct, because we know they all getting to Miami. Everybody not going to Miami. Some of them going to the Dominican Republic. We know them. If y'all know them, put a 1 in the chat. If you know somebody that travels somewhere to go get a procedure done, let me know in the comments. All right, so let's see if I can pull up this video. Let's see. Add to stream. How about I maximize that? And here we go. All right, let's see what Dawn is going to tell us.
So 2 of them survived and are.
Can y'all hear it? Let's go back. I'll just go back a little bit. All right.
Of those 4 Americans in Mexico, 2 of them survived and are
hear,
back in the U.S.
this
morning, but sadly, the other 2 died. CNN is learning that they were traveling across the border so that one of them could undergo cosmetic surgery as part of a trend called medical tourism. More than 1 million Americans travel abroad for medical procedures each year. CNN health reporter Jacqueline Howard joins us now. Good morning, Jacqueline. Why are so many Americans getting this medical care out of the country? Is it simply a cost thing?
Don, cost definitely has a role to play in this, but there are also other reasons as well. It can range from cost to they might be seeking a procedure or treatment that's approved outside of the U.S., but not.
I'm gonna pause it right there. That's a red flag immediately to me. I'm gonna play the rest of it, but if you're having a procedure in a foreign country, well, we know there's standard practices of procedure. They are not in order. Y'all know it. And if it's cheaper, first of all, that makes me feel some kind of way. Y'all can call me bougie or whatever, but I feel some kind of way about getting a procedure just because it's cheaper. But y'all just let me know what y'all think. We're going to get into it after.
Not approved here. And then also there's the wait time. Someone might be on, for instance, an organ transplant list, and the wait is shorter outside the U.S. So all of that plays a role, and it's definitely connected with what kind of procedure or treatment the person is looking for. So the most common types of medical care that people seek outside of the U.S. include dental care, cosmetic surgeries, even fertility treatments or cancer care. And Don, this is on the rise. So one study says that in 2007, fewer than 800,000 people traveled internationally from the U.S. for medical care. But by 2017, that number rose to more than 1 million Americans. So this is a growing trend really right before our eyes, Don.
So what happened here, though, is highlighting the dangers of that. We know that it is rare for medical tourists to be kidnapped like what happened.
That is so crazy. So what this video, he's going to go into the 4 Americans that were kidnapped. One of the ladies that they were traveling with, she was going over there to get some cosmetic procedures. I like how they kept it real general, but they had like dental at the top. Have y'all seen some of these people's teeth in these other countries? But I mean, that's not important. That's me being a little vain. But look, I'm gonna play the rest of it for y'all.
To that group in Mexico, but there are other risks.
Right. There are definitely medical risks. So, of course, with the group in Mexico, we saw that they traveled to an area high in crime. So that's a risk when it comes to travel itself. But when we're looking specifically at the medical risks with medical tourism, there's the risk of infection. You're risking quality of care. There also could be communication challenges with the medical staff. And then the risk of continuing care. If something goes wrong, what do you do?
Okay, so you can't speak the language, and really to infection as well as continuing care. Because I do have a friend, not me, it was a friend. She went to Dominican Republic and she got like a fat transfer. Like she got fat taken out like her sides, and then she got to like put like in her hips. Anyway, but this place, I guess it was kind of like an upscale kind of place. She was able to stay like a couple days later, for like aftercare. But that is something to consider, especially these people who get these BBLs and they have to like be on their stomachs. I don't really know details of it because I hadn't really done a lot of research on it. But, that's all these things you should consider when planning on getting these procedures abroad just because it's cheaper. And if it's not something that's offered in the United States, I would highly, highly, highly reconsider getting it somewhere else. US, we're not the best, but kind of are when it comes to that kind of stuff. Just to be honest. Let's finish this.
And there are steps you can take to minimize risk, like obtain international travel health insurance. But overall, Don, these are risks that people need to keep in mind. Bring copies of health records with you, research your medical provider and the medical facility. So all of that plays a role, Don.
All right.
Welcome to Who's Talking.
Okay, let's stop that. All right, guys. So what do y'all think? Let me see who we have in the chat before we get back into this thing. We got the lead attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well. He says the Russian, Nastasha. I say my real name over here on my channel, but government is watching. YouTube don't cancel me. That's my name. And I'm not really Russian. Or am I? Centennial G. He says, hey, big head. Bluefield stopping through. What's up, big head? You already know what time it is. Look, the lead like to do. Rich Turner. He says, risking life and limb for a plastic booty is wild AF. It is. I'm going to just take what I got and work with it. You understand what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, is it that serious? And some of them not plastic, Rich Turner. Some of them are fat transfer. So they're using your own cells. You're like, I don't want all this big stomach. I don't want this size, these flat tires around my waist. I want it back here. Right? Does that make it better? Or it's kind of like about the same? I don't know. Amina, she says, I think it's the fact that they can't afford to stay and do the recommended recovery program is why they die, and that it's subpar conditions. If you're going overseas somewhere, I don't know. I just always imagine and this is, I don't know, this might be politically incorrect. I always see like tumbleweeds in my mind and a lot of dust. You know how they have on these movies, it's like somebody got this gunshot wound, right? And they like in a barn or they up in some hills or something, a jungle, I don't know. And they're just bleeding. And then somebody tells them like, bite down on this wrench. They like wrap it in a rag and then they bite down on it. And then they like take it some kind of clear liquor. I always feel like it's vodka or some kind of something they're using as an antiseptic, and they just pouring it on there. And then they just start digging into your arm and like doing it then because it's some kind of hospital bed out here. How did it get out here? They're doing like organ transplants and all kind of stuff out here. I wouldn't trust it. If it's looking like that, I just always think it's like dirty too. This has to be a sterile environment. This kind of procedures going on. Like you're really gonna be out here like that? And it's dirty. I just feel like it's so much dust. It's always windy and little whirlwinds and tumbleweeds and dust everywhere. What y'all think? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Y'all giving me the ones. Jewel, this is someone that's new here. Welcome. Welcome, Jewel, to the pharmacy in NAllenRx. I'm the pharmacist on duty today and every day on this channel pretty much. It's just going to be me here. Mama Bear Moments, she says, I can hear it. I can't talk like you, Mama Bear. I'm hoarse anyway. My voice is deeper than yours on a normal day. And this is only making it worse. Dottie Girl, you already know. Dottie Girl holds it down over here in the pharmacy. She says she can hear me. Centennial G says, shout out to Don Lemon with TJ Holmes style. Don't do Don. Don from Louisiana with me. We got to take him as he is. Dottie Girl, she's laughing it up. The lead attorney, he says, salute, Sinji. Y'all talking to each other. So let's get back to it, guys. What do y'all think? Is it worth it? Because I already told y'all, when it comes to the prescriptions and other types of medications or anything traveling abroad, if you don't take your stuff with you, then you don't need to be over there just purchasing things all willy-nilly, okay? Because this kind of is like a little segue into the fentanyl crisis that's going on right now. First of all, fentanyl, the one that everybody wants, the Watson brand, it comes white. If you get a fentanyl tablet, or you get somebody tells you that they're getting, first of all, fentanyl in the United States is not sold in a tablet form. Just FYI, it's not a tablet. It's a patch. It's that serious. It's transdermal delivery system. It's a patch that delivers micrograms, very, 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 very small doses through your skin. You're not supposed to take this stuff by mouth. So if you think you're going on the streets and you're purchasing your Oxy or your Percocets or your Xanax, whatever you think you're getting, and they hand you something that looks like a Watson brand, just a colored a Percocet or whatever it looks like, that's not it. It got fentanyl in it. We don't know how much it is. It's 2 milligrams is all it's going to take. That's a lethal dose for most people, okay? And then y'all going over here where all this stuff is coming from in the first place. They could be giving you fentanyl when they say they're going to operate on you. But y'all, I'm just saying, just say no. That's going to be like the thing for the rest of the year. Don't take any pills from anybody, whether you know them or not, whether you been getting drugs from them or not. They don't know because the cartel, this whole deal with these people, mistaken identity. I would say I'm no conspiracy theorist, but that's crazy. Mistaken identity. They said they thought they were some Haitians or something like that. You get these people at gunpoint. Oh my God, this whole thing is so crazy to me. Almanai says, hey Lee. Hey Lee. Hey Jefe. Hola Jefe. I've been working on my Spanish. I need to be Duolingo. So y'all, if you are getting a procedure in another country, put a 1 in the chat if you think it's important to know how to speak the language. If you think it's important to know how to speak the language, you're going to get a whole procedure done. You get your teeth done. You get your butt done. You getting something done. I don't know. Should you know how to speak the language of the doctors and the nurses, of these people that's going to be cutting on you? These people that are going to be injecting you with these, I don't know, pain meds, with this anesthesia, with ketamine. They're going to be injecting you with all kind of stuff. Why would you do that? Do you think you need to know how to speak the language? 1, if you think you do. 2, if you're like, nah, I'm going to wing it. They need to know how to speak English. If you're going to wing it, put a 2 in the chat. You're going to risk it all for this body you may or may not live to see, Lord. That's just so, y'all be careful. That's so crazy. Put a 1 in the chat if you need to know how to speak the language. Put a 2 if you think it's like it don't matter. I mean, as long as they know what they're doing, even though they went to medical school, wherever they went to medical school, you don't know. You don't know. Ain't no kind of board certification you gonna find. You ain't gonna see that this is like this license back here. You're not gonna see that. They just gonna be like, yeah, we good. Dottie Girl says Don Lemon looks like his hair was sprayed, painted on. What they say, Beijing. They put that Beijing go hard, huh? It's like we already see him ahead. But I fool with Don Lemon, so I ain't gonna go that hard on him. I love him. Almanai says, this is what happens when you broke, trying to live the life. Everyone I know that had gone abroad for surgery and treatment had been okay because they stayed and followed instructions. Almanai, your people. Rosie, get out of here. That's the dog, y'all. Everybody, they got to do it. They got to stay for the follow-up. Like, okay, it's outpatient, whatever. You like somebody cut your whole body open. Like you over here just being wild. It's just crazy. But anyway, Living Out Loud, the podcast says hello all. Hello all. Hey, Living Out Loud. Thank you for coming to my live stream today. This is I'm winging it, but I thought this was a good topic, guys, because a lot of us like we just don't even think about these kind of things. You think you just okay. I found this doctor online. My homegirl went over there. She say she knows somebody who knows somebody because she didn't really get it done herself. She gonna let you be the guinea pig. You going over here. You get to the airport. These people got you at gunpoint. What the what? I don't know. I'd be like, hold up, that ain't me. You don't know me. Or did they? I just always feel like, conspiracy. Okay. Satina G says, Brother Rich Turner, what's good? The lead attorney, he says my name. He spells it right. I wish I had some sounds for him. I wish I could give you a treat. Thank you, lead attorney. He says, Nastasha. Oh my God. You know what? Anyway, I just got triggered. Nastasha. That's how I say it, but I don't say it like that. If you ever see me in real life, guys, not so much emphasis on the last syllable. Thank you. Rich Turner says, Sanji, what's up? Living Out Loud, the podcast says this topic is so sad on many levels. First one, the desperation of the patient. I think that was the second trip. And I probably should have done a little bit more research, but I didn't. One of them had 6 kids. One of them, somebody had 6 kids. And the person that was going to get the procedure, this was her second time. She had been somewhere before. It was so crazy that they didn't have the directions. They were like trying to get in touch with the doctor. I guess they arrived there so early, right? Which that's normal, I guess. I don't know. I never had no surgery out of the country. Only had C-section and tonsillectomy and adenoidectomy. But I don't understand like why they would do that. That's just so crazy. Dottie Girl says, hey, Lee. Lee says, Lottie Dottie, we like to potty. I don't know the rest of the words. We don't hurt nobody. Something crazy like that. I don't know. Mama Bear says 1. You probably need to be Duolingo. Habla español. Iquito. Is that how you say little? Lead attorney? You know how to speak Spanish. Try to learn. It's Paquito, yeah, whatever the hell they be saying. Living Out Loud says 1. You need to know how to speak the language. That just would like be helpful. That would be safer for you. At least know that part. Jules says 1. Hold up, guys. Hold up. We got to pause this thing real quick. Like, my phone says something. Oh, my goodness. I have here. Out here trucking. For the $25 cash out. Thank you. Out here trucking. Did I see you? Did you dip in this thing and then dip out? Either way, your $25 is greatly appreciated. I'm going to give you a smile and a virtual hug. Thank you. Out here trucking for the $25 cash out. Rich Turner, my boy, he says, for Cabbage Patch Booties are a sin. For Cabbage Patch Booties are a sin. The Cabbage Patch Booties are crazy looking. Have you ever seen that before? You must have. You didn't even say some crazy stuff like that. Yes, they are a mess. Out here trucking, I forgot to read his message. He says, I see you working. And he says, salute to my girl in NAllenRx, Nastasha. Yes. G. So thank y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me in this stream, midday stream, mid-afternoon. I don't even know what time it is, y'all. Genevieve Harris says 1, it would be wise to know how to speak the language if you're going to another country. Yeah, this reminds me of a story. Not my story, it's one of a friend. And, I'm the pharmacist. Everybody, they ask me questions about some things that I should know, some things that I probably don't know. But, pharmacists, we have a range of our scope of practice. We know a little bit about a lot, right? But we know the drugs for sure. So this person, they were in Mexico, somewhere in Mexico. And they called me. They were like, hey, I got a question. I said, okay, what's up? They said, I'm over here in Mexico and, I took these pills. And I'm like, you took them already? You should have probably called before you took them, but whatever. Keep going. They say, what if my stuff not working. I said, what stuff? They say, you know. I said, I don't know. They said, come on, man, stop acting crazy. I said, oh, what happened? What did you take? Well, man, they had these pills over the counter. They said they were Viagra. I said, so you just bought it out some store? Yeah, it ain't prescription over here. I said, that ain't even what that is. You don't know what that is. Well, it got the same name on it. I said, okay. Well, what can I do? I'm like, shoot, I don't know. Shoot, when you heading back? I'll be back tomorrow. I'm like, okay, well, you might need to go to the doctor here when you get back. Until then, party's over, vacation's over, fun's over. Don't be taking pills out the country. You don't know what that is. This thing say Viagra. That could be, I don't know. I don't even know what it could have been. Could have been fentanyl. You wouldn't even be worried about a dead, situation, a dead vibe. You could have been worried about a dead self. So don't be, y'all. I'm telling y'all, they do not regulate their pills, and they don't all of that stuff. Just be careful when you're traveling. That's all I'm gonna say. Just be careful. Living Out Loud, the podcast. I'm not sure what she is laughing about, but did y'all hear those coins drop? And here, oh my God, it's El Guapo. He says, for no comment, no question. Wait, is this it? Wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Oh, wait, I'm looking at somebody else, y'all. This is Lewis. He says, great stream in Allen. This is crazy. Oh, and then I have another one. Y'all like blessing your girl today. Says, oh, it's from Sin G. He says, pour a little out for the deflated BBLs. It's not only the BBLs getting deflated out here, Sin G. Okay? He gave me 1908. But when I be on here, I be on this other side of the business. I talk that mess over there with y'all. I can't be crossing those lines just in case I say something that's not, later, because I have a tendency to do that when I'm, outside my work clothes, even though I got my work clothes on. Rich Turner says, in Mexico, it's called BBL. BB that. The BBL. Dottie Girl says, surgery could mean moving from a 5 to an 8. The Koreans are serious with the plastic surgery. They didn't have Korea on here, though. Because Korea, you probably going to have to go pay for what you're getting over there. They probably giving you quality, okay? Yeah, and nobody want to be like the 6s, but some of you be the 6s. You want to go up to an 8. Don't go to Mexico trying to get a cheap deal. Don't be in the DR. I'm going to go to Dominican Republic in a little while with a friend. But anyway, and I went with my sister a couple years ago. But anyway, not when they were killing people over there. Y'all got to be careful just traveling abroad. Anyway, just look around, be aware of your surroundings. And if you're going to get a procedure and it's some tumbleweeds and some dust flying up, no offense, guys, to, Mexicans and people from Mexico. But, I watch way too much Narcos, El Chapo and Narcos. And I love all those shows. Y'all know I love the drugs, legal and illegal. CNG says language and customs are extremely important. Don't let anybody put any bags of pills in your tires, okay? If you're driving across the border, which I just looked at something the other day. I thought about this too with the fentanyl. It's coming a lot across into San Diego. I was just in San Diego a couple of weeks ago with the lead attorney and his meetup, guys. That's why a lot of these drugs being funneled into. So don't be a, what do you call those things? A mule. Don't be a mule, guys. I don't know what the lead is laughing at. He said, I got you. Is he laughing at me? Because he already know he did. And I'm, okay, you can't, don't tell. He said he can keep secrets, but he can't keep secrets. Genevieve says, like the woman who went to the DR for a BBL and came back missing a kidney. Y'all don't understand about this black market, like organ transplant stuff. It's real. Like, it sounds like some TV stuff and some Netflix movie type stuff, but it's not. It's happening in real life. So don't be going into a hospital bed in like some barn room in the mountains and the hills of all these places that I can't pronounce. Just stay up here. Go to Miami. I think they're getting good in Texas. They got a lot of places in Texas now they can do these jobs just the same, guys. So it's a little bit safer, and somebody can come get you. if something go wrong, you can have support system there with you. That it's not like, oh well, girl, I was trying to go to the beach today. You trying to go to the beach? I can't sit up because I just got my butt done. I just got to lay on my stomach. Okay, you need to go to a little rehab or extended stay, whatever they call them. Okay, let's see. Mama Bear says, you can manifest a lot of things. A big booty is not one of them, but it is not worth your life. You better do those squats and what else? Jump squats and fire hydrants because you need a little hip too, like a side hip. I probably could design some of them, like if you need somebody to like style it up. Because it's like some people, I'm going to say, Carisha, I'm sorry, Carisha, I'm with y'all city girls and everything. But I don't like how you got yours done. I don't. Because she got way too much butt and not enough thigh. And you need thigh. It needs to be like, a gradual change. It doesn't need to be like real dramatic. It needs to be like, a gradual. You got to have like some kind of like, you have to have some kind of taste, as a surgeon, as a just somebody who's like, you got to shape and mold that thing just right. Because you need a little more thigh, Carisha, okay? You need a little more thigh, and you need some side hip. You don't think that that's important, but you do need it on the side. You have the hip dips. You need a little bit on the side too. So when you stand from the front, you still got a little curve. And then from the back, from the back or this other side, you need just see a gradual curve like a teardrop, not a teardrop, because they kind of like just get full at the bottom, not the kind. But you got to really have some kind of artistic capabilities when you like building a butt, like seriously. I'm gonna just take what I got and work with it. God is divine. She says, hi, NAllen. I met God is divine in San Diego. Welcome to the pharmacy with me. NAllenRx. Mama Bear Mama says there was a TikTok of a woman who had a breast implant pop on an airplane. Lord have mercy. She had a deflated boob. Sometimes they go get the boobs done because they got deflated because they had these kids. I don't know because, I never had like real big boobs or nothing like that. But sometimes, after you have these kids, they kind of like, they don't have the suppleness, the suppleness. They need to be like, full. And to like go get it done and pay money for it and to still end up with a deflated boob, that sucks. God is divine says, catching my first live. I haven't done too many. So you right in line with everyone else. God is divine. So today I said, you know what? Me and my other podcast mates on the other channel that I'm on, I said, I got to jump back in here before, tonight as well. So I'm here today, guys. And tell me what y'all think about this lady and her friends. They going over there. They get kidnapped at gunpoint. Like did they say the airport? Anyway, I forgot about this part. They would drive, they got there, they're texting this doctor or the hospital, clinic, wherever the procedure was happening at, for directions. And they sent them a screenshot back or something like that. Like, this is already red flags everywhere. Red flags everywhere. Like, they can't even tell you how to get there, first of all. Then, you still trying to get there the next day. You got GPS over here. You can't even use GPS really in the US. You have to have a general idea of like, directions, because sometimes it's like recalculating. You're like, what? And I imagine these roads are not like, I don't know. I only been in the city part of Mexico, of these Mexican places. So I don't know. Maybe the road system is a little bit better than I'm thinking it is, but it's probably not. Rich Turner says, my boy gas station peel and his kneecaps got, why would you do that? Some of these people don't care about what they put in their bodies. Be careful. Because this is this whole thing too going around with and I'm kind of conflicted as well with the fentanyl. This person, they're on the streets trying to purchase a pill, purchase some drugs illegally, right? You ask this person for oxycodone, or you ask you get your dealer, or you're on Snapchat social media, soliciting illegal drugs. You get them, right? Then you take them and you die. Who is at fault here? Who's at fault? We want to blame the dealer because it's like, yeah, you were supposed to give me Percocet, but you gave me fentanyl. But it's like, you shouldn't be buying them anyway, right? Right? But I mean, what do y'all think? Is it your fault because you didn't get what you thought you were getting? Or did you? Because I still say too, some of these people, they want to try fentanyl. They want to try it. They want to try it. Some of them want to try it. So I'm just like, whatever. I don't know whose fault is it. Sin say crazy AF. Hell to the no. These folks crazy. These people take pills out of gas stations. These people take pills that somebody just hand them out of their pocket. These people are taking pills that have animal tranquilizers in them. An animal tranquilizer. Like this thing can like lay a horse down. You're taking it by mouth because fentanyl, the way we use it, the legal way, is not taken by mouth. It comes in a patch, or you get it in the hospital setting under the supervision of licensed healthcare providers, doctors, anesthesiologists. These people who like went to school like many years. Okay, they went to school many years to like know how to handle this stuff so you don't die. What do? You just take something that they made, which China, Mexico, and India. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. I'm just, I'm just a pharmacist. CNG says you're trying to get these ladies preggers in the chat. And Alan, oh, about the boobs. They do. They just trying to like get a little lift. Pick me up. You got the little boobs, you don't be worried about that. But if you had a set of jugs before, got these folks gave these men these kids they be wanting, then you want to build, y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Blink Auntie, welcome to the pharmacy with NAllenRx. I'm the pharmacist on duty. She says, hey, love to all. Let me write this comment before I laugh. You already know. We come here for the laughs, but we come here. It's serious business over here sometimes, too. It's like, oh, and Alan, her shorts are so funny. They are. And TLA says women are not funny. I think I'm a little funny. Probably I have dark humor, though. You got to be a special kind of person to laugh at the stuff that I think is funny. Anyway, Mama Bear says, I'm on team mom boob. Mama Bear, you're tiny. And it's not fair to, those who have been blessed to be so voluptuous with this boob situation. But, man, I don't know either because, I'm me. And, I ain't had that blessing. Dottie says, Big Booty Susie, struggle plastic surgery, Section 8 style. The ladies want to get in them music videos by any means necessary. Yes, I remember like in the 90s, it was like, who? What? 90s, early 2000s. Melissa Ford and all them people. I don't know, Buffy the Body. These bodies not real now, though. Those bodies, I think those were real bodies. Living Out Loud, the podcast says, go ahead and say it. They do. They be hanging low. Do that wobble to the floor. Can you time in a knot? Can you time in a bow? Sin says, you funny as hell, and Alan, build a boob. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Put a 1 in the chat if you think I'm funny. Yes. Dottie Girl says you're funny in NAllenRx. Guys, I just wanted to jump on here quickly with y'all today and thank y'all for supporting me. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to try to do this a little bit more often. I'm not going to say when because I can't commit to a schedule. Not at this point in my life. I cannot commit to a schedule, but I will be on here a little bit more often, get my feedback wet, bringing y'all all this information as I get it. But 2 things today that I, would like to leave you guys with. When you're traveling to a foreign country to get a medical procedure, whether it's your teeth, whether it's your boobs, whether it's your butt, whether it's whatever, please, 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 please be very careful and look around at the facility. If you can speak the language, that will be a bonus. Okay. Next thing, say no to drugs that are not prescribed for you. I'm not even saying like, oh, well, my uncle, he had got his shoulder surgery, last year. First of all, they probably are expired. We have some expired drugs. We don't know how they work, okay? The things like, oh, well, this been in the bottom of my medicine cabinet since last year or 2 years ago when I got my knee replacement, whatever, okay? Don't take it. Why? Because they say, oh, well, it's probably not gonna work. We don't know what it's gonna do. It's unstable. According to the manufacturer, after this date, it's unstable. That means it may not work at all. Okay. Or it could just work too well, like a dose dump. Like you get it all at one time. Okay. So because we don't know what it's gonna do, don't be taking these old pills out of your cabinets. But anyway, let's go back to when you're traveling. It's best to know the language and just be aware of your surroundings. And 2, don't take medicine out of the gas station. Don't take it even almost from the hospital. If you could not get sick when you're traveling, that would probably be great. Try not to get sick when you're on vacation. And don't drink the water. Y'all ever heard of H. pylori? H. pylori. Y'all know what that is? On this episode of Sex in the City, what's her name? Can't remember which one. It's like she's kind of like really ladylike and dainty. What is her name? I can't think of her name right now. I'm drawing a blank. Anyway, she was on a trip. She found Charlotte. I think it's Charlotte. She finally got married and they were traveling. She was like in the shower, I think. Got a little water from the shower in her mouth. It's explosive. Sorry, y'all, it's about to get graphic. Explosive, massive, like diarrhea, okay? H. pylori. Look it up. H. Pylori. H. pylori. Look it up. You got to be on medication for 2 weeks. So don't drink the water. Don't take the meds. And try not to get sick. Best to speak the language. God is divine is rolling her eyes at women ain't funny. Exactly. God is divine. TLA, no, I'm hilarious. CNG, this for all my real ones that put the ones in the chat for your girl because they know I keep y'all rolling. CNG says 1. Daughter girl says 1. Oh, Money Rich. Who is this? New person to the channel. I love that name. Yeah. That is so cool. Money Rich. Welcome to the pharmacy with NAllenRx. I don't do any illegal drugs over here. We do talk about a lot of illegal drugs, and we do talk about a lot about cartel innuendo, but not directly. I don't know nothing about no Sinaloa. I don't know if speak the language. Big Auntie put a Q in the chat. I don't think she meant to put that. She meant to put the 1. Living Out Loud says video share. Great info, great humor. Thank you so much. Living Out Loud, the podcast. And thank you to all my masterminders in here. Here's our lead attorney. He says 1. Y'all, if I had a round of applause right now, I would give myself a round of applause because the lead attorney said I was funny. Y'all know that means a lot coming from him because he's a harsh critic and a harsh judge. Bling Auntie says she needs her glasses. That's why she put that Q in there. God is divine. Always holding me down. Thank you, girlfriend. Daughter girl says, Allen needs to learn to long stroke. I'm telling y'all about Allen. I can long stroke now. I can hang with the best of them. However, Allen, got some other obligations and situations that she has to tend to. But for now, I'm on here with y'all, Dottie girl. I'm a long stroke guy one of these days, but it might have to be like next week when these kids on spring break, when I got some real time. Okay. Mama Bear says, I think you are funny, Allen. I like your shorts. Thank you, Mama Bear. Y'all check out my shorts. Check out some of my other videos. Some of it's funny. Most of it's funny. All of it's funny. I say about 90% of it's funny. 90%. I have some serious videos on here, but it does come across like I'm being humorous in, some kind of dark type situations. But This still is real information that I'm giving you. I have a lot of respect at my job. Pharmacy is the most respected profession of all professions, or just healthcare. I don't know, but people trust us. Okay. So that's how I talk to my people at work. Goddess says, hey, Lee. Lee says, I'll teach her. Teach me what? Spanish. Thank you. I need to add that to my repertoire over here. At the pharmacy where I work, we got like dialer pharmacists for all these bilingual pharmacists. I could like somebody come up speaking Spanish to me. If I don't know, if I can't like figure out what they're trying to tell me based off the few words I know, then we dial a pharmacist. It's like, okay, it might give me some pharmacists in California. Like, here, talk to this person for me. Put the prescription in there for me. Okay, we got it. All right, have a good day. So, that's one good thing about it. Lee says the goddess. Everybody like, Lee. Cut it out, whatever you're doing. Red Ribbon Day. I was just talking about this. Dare. Y'all, who remembers Dare? Do y'all remember that? Yes, just say no to drugs. Just say no. You really do have to tell, like, you don't think that it's like, people don't really think about that anymore. It's like, you got to tell these children about all kinds of things. Hey, don't let anybody touch you. Don't go anywhere with anybody you don't know. Don't take pills. Don't drink behind your friends. First of all, thanks to C19 for stopping these kids from drinking behind other kids and their other little friends, because they will be drinking behind them. Like, they take your drink out there, runny nose and snotty nose. They always like passing around their little germs. Yes, I said kids are germy. I have a child. I don't care. I will say it. They have germs. They be drinking behind their little friends and friends drinking behind them. Thank goodness for COVID. Because it's like, hey, you see somebody drinking behind somebody, they might knock a cup out your hand. Like, hey, you don't do that. And little children know that. We need to get back on them about the drugs and stuff too, because a lot of this fentanyl is taking out these little kids and teenagers. It's like, oh, he thought he was getting Xanax. Why the hell was he trying to get Xanax in the first place? I'm not here to judge, because this is not a judgment channel, because, we welcome everybody. But just, what is that? Is that Montezuma's Revenge? I don't know what I'm talking about, daughter girl. Henry, what's up? He says, the disclaimer. I got to give a disclaimer on everything I say. And the guys, this is for informational purposes only. Okay? It's low-key a recommendation. I don't see anything wrong with telling y'all, when y'all going to get these procedures, you should know how to speak the language or have an English-speaking doctor. I am saying that. You can take that as a consultation, suggestion, recommendation, complaint, whatever. You do your research before you go. And even then, it's still like only so much research you can do. Then you under the knife and the tumbleweeds and the dust. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whatever. Lee said, you got a little bit. A little bit of what? Oh, notorious Kevin Brooks in the house. He's notorious. It's like, dun, 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 dun. Most of it isn't funny. I know you capping. I gave you one compliment, Kevin. Now you think you can come over here and joke with me? Cut it out. Dottie Girl is having a good conversation with the high, and Alan would be hilarious. Yes, sometimes y'all might be doing that and don't even know it. Here it says, wish I could have had you on when I went through the Green Ranger's toxicology. I'm about to start doing toxicology reports. I'm going to do it with these celebrities, and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to do my first one, and I don't know if I should reveal it here, because I feel like Henry might be trying to steal my ideas, but he ain't going to do Aaron Carter. But the pharmacist is going to do the toxicology report, and I'm going to do Prince first, because who knew that counterfeit fentanyl is what killed Prince? He thought he was getting his typical oxycodone. Turns out he was getting counterfeit fentanyl. Took out the purple one, Lord. Y'all, send one up for him. I love Prince. Michael Jackson, too. Good, you gave me the idea. No, you did not. You did not. Joy gave me that idea. You told me Aaron Carter. I'm going to do Aaron Carter, too, because I see how you rolling, Henry, and it's working, okay? It's working for you. So I did take that tip from you, okay? I did. So thank you for that, Henry. It's women, right? We got what? Okay, y'all. So we got the Real Bravado Network up in here. He said, people be sleeping on how much information and knowledge a pharmacist has. They do. And you know why they sleep on us? It is because we are so accessible. What other doctor? Because pharmacists are doctors. I'm a doctor. It does not seem like it. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I'm a doctor. Who else can you just walk up to? You can't even walk up to nurses, but you can come in that pharmacy and you can stick your head through the window and like, hey, come here. Who? Get back. I'm telling y'all, they need to go back to the old design of the pharmacy when they used to have the pharmacist like up in the sky looking down on y'all. Y'all have some respect for the pharmacist. Like I ain't even coming down there. I send a message by somebody else and they can tell you what I gotta say about that. Other than that, I'm untouchable too. I'm unreachable. But now, you know, which is cool because I do like interacting with the people. They come in there, they're like, hey, Nastasha. They think they know, oh, no, not Nastasha. Natasha. Yes, how you doing? You've been coming here like 15 years since I got you. Still calling me Natasha. You could just walk up to us. You can yell at us. You can get in our faces. You can tell us we incompetent. You can tell us about the drugs. And we just like, oh, okay. Well, you know why you're asking me. But we can't say that. We don't say that because, you know, we keep it professional, right? And people trust us. And, you know, they should because we do know what we're talking about. It's annoying at times. So they have to keep, I got to fight every night to prove my love. Every day I got to fight to prove my, you know, my knowledge. But over time, they start trusting you and you got to holler at them. Yeah, I said you gotta yell at these people sometimes. And like, see, I'm hoarse right now. I wouldn't be yelling. If somebody start coming in there talking crazy, they say, "Hey, well, this is not right." I get lower on them. I go down here, and then I talk from there. I say, "Excuse me, I beg your pardon. I thought so. You know I'm trying to help you, right? Now, if you don't want my help, I won't give it to you. But if you could take it down to about a 3, because right now you're at about a 9, then maybe we can work on something." See, that's what I do when I'm hoarse. I'm hoarse all the time, y'all. It's not a sore throat. I don't have any tonsils, but I'm always hoarse. Anyway, here it says Aaron Carter's did not release yet. I'm on it. Henry, should we do a collab? Should we do a collab? Do you want to do a collab? Tell you, I know what I be talking about. I'm serious though. I'm serious. Like serious. I'm so serious. Anyway, Rivervital Network, he says, yes, do the Prince Toxicology Report. I am going to do the Prince Toxicology Report. That's so, you know, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Like, what happened? I save it for that. I'm going to do that as a VOD though. Or I could do it as a live. Should I stream the VOD? I don't know. Here it says, I'm not going to get Prince Toxicology Report. You got that. Get Whitney and Bobby's too. I got them. Got Michael Jackson on there. Lisa Marie Presley. I got a couple of them lined up, mixed the crowd. I'm on it. I'm on it, Harry. I'm telling you. All right, Singe says you're built for the service. Enforce those rules, regulations, and expectations. I lay down the law. Okay, I lay it down on them. And if they don't want to hear it, like that's on them. That's on them. I'm trying to help you. And like once they figure out, like, hey, I'm trying to help you, they gonna chill out. They love me after that. Because they come in there, you know, talking that yin yang at first, but then they quickly realize that I'm not to be played with. The Russian, you know, giving them Russian vibes for real. We should do a collab for sure. Yes, Henry. Yes, Henry. Should I drop the link? Do y'all want to talk about this? I don't know if y'all want to talk about this or not, but I mean, we can if y'all want to talk about it, but I'm gonna have to go anywhere in a minute. So, yes, Bling Auntie says exactly. That's the voice, low and slow. So they sit up straight before the queens. Like, I don't. Yep, they got, and I just can't yell at them anyway. My voice is always weak. Guys, Divine says I like that tone strong. Well, you gotta go. Yeah, they kind of listen a little bit better when you're down here and you talk like this, and you look at them like they look at me like I'm short anyway because I am. The disrespect is at an all-time high, but you know, I'm like 8 feet tall when I talk like that. Here it says, make sure you get that pathology report also. I get the pathology, but I'm more concerned with the toxicology. That's my lane here. You know, the dope game, the drugs, the pills, the alcohol, whatever else they're taking that's mixing up drug interactions. Got a little bit of biology, which I do have. I have a bachelor's in biology with a minor in micro. Then I got the pharmacology, the pharmacy, and what's the other one? Oh, the chemistry. Duh. Yeah. So got a little mix of all of it up in here. And Henry, we know you hold it down. Yes, the Dope Game, Real Bravado Network, y'all. So let's get back to what I was talking about, what I came here to talk about in the first place. Okay, 4 people traveling to Mexico. One person trying to get some work done. Medical, what was the name of this train? Medical tourism. How many of y'all would travel somewhere to get some type of work done? Put a 1 in the chat. If you have or will or would travel to some other country. The ones that are the top ones. So right now, Thailand, Mexico, and India. There's where everyone's traveling to. The majority of people are traveling to these places to get some work done. Put a 1 in the chat if you would. Put a 2 in the chat if you're like, nah. Just a nah. So, what did I tell? Okay, did I go over everything with y'all? Benefits of traveling abroad is cheaper. What else? And some procedures that they perform may not be approved in the United States. That's also a risk because it's not performed here. Do you have to get it that bad? You're going way over there to get it? I'm just saying. Okay, risk. I said the standard of care is not always the same. I told y'all, I'm just always concerned about, sterile, it's like when you look in the pharmacy, if you can, because they should just shut the doors and told y'all put us up in the sky if you can. It should be sterile and clean and just, and sterile, like clean, like white, like, we wear the white coats. You like, if I have some juice stain waste on my jacket or something like that, you're like, I don't want to deal with her. She got juice on her jacket. Well, why would you go get a procedure somewhere where it's tumbleweeds outside and dirty? And it's like there's animals in a stall. I don't know, y'all. I never got anything anywhere, but I watch a lot of TV, probably too much. So that's just what I imagine. Henry says, I got the bachelor's in bio too. Science, I hate it. Why? I love it. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. See, she's a negative one. He like, don't do it. Don't even think about it. Don't even try it. Don't even come around me with it. I don't want no parts of it. Henry says too. He's a no. Bling auntie, what? So yeah, I got all goody two shoes over here living with their real bodies. How many of y'all would take their Manjaro or Ozempic? Phentamine, brand name Atopix. Maybe that's a little bit more, y'all willing to try those first, maybe? Genevieve says 2. God says 1, Korea is supposed to be the next big up and coming. It is. It is. I'm just saying. I probably would. If I did, which I ain't really, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna take what I got and I'm gonna work with this little body here. It's all right. Been good already. Boom. Childbirth. But anyway. Don't be looking at me like that. Dottie Girl says it's the young and the dumb that are going for cut price plastic surgery. That is so crazy. But this lady here, I don't know how old she was. And I think I don't know if the one that got killed had 6 kids. Like 6? You done. You need a whole mommy makeover, like literally. And then if you got a procedure 2 or 3 years ago, you better not be to have another baby after that. Like, come on now. I'm not judging. I'm just making an observation because this is a judgment-free zone over here because, I have all kind of people coming in the pharmacy and I don't judge them. I just want to hurry up and give them what they want to get them out of there. That's it. But y'all, thank y'all so much for joining me today. I still went on a little bit longer than I got like 60 more seconds. That'll give me an hour. But anyway, I'm so proud of myself. And I'm proud of y'all for joining me today, taking in this little lesson from Not Your Pharmacist. And if you have any questions about any type of pharmacy related topics, you need to refer to, you can look at my YouTube channel if you want. A lot of times you're just going to get a lot of laughs over there, but your own local pharmacist, okay? Your local pharmacist that can answer your specific questions and tailor them to your needs, okay? You need to see your own pharmacist. Unless you come into the location where I work and you're speaking to me directly, or you call in to, I'm only going to tell you so much over the phone if you don't use that pharmacy, because I need to know all your history. I need to know everything you got going on before I give you any recommendation, consultation, whatever. I'm going to ask you a lot of questions that you don't want to answer on YouTube. And I really don't want you to answer on YouTube either. But speak to your pharmacist, not me, okay, guys? So hit the like button for me. Subscribe to my channel. Leave some comments down. Let me know what else y'all want to see from me. Henry already told me about, the toxicology reports with the celebrity edition of those. And guys, let me know what else y'all want to see from me. Y'all know, as usual, these prescriptions, they keep piling up, and these phones, they never stop ringing. I'll catch y'all in the next video. See you then.